What's up, people? How are you today? So what can we learn from the inevitable collapse of the Tampa Bay Devil Rays? If you are not a sports fan, yesterday what we witnessed in baseball history was the greatest comeback in playoff history known to man. The Tampa Bay Devil Rays, one game away from going to the World Series, were up 7-0 going into the 7th inning. Taking out the starting pitcher, which I thought was an insane idea, considering that he was pitching a two-hitter, the Tampa Bay Devil Rays thought, we've been here, let's do what we continue to do. All we need to do is get these last 9 outs and we're headed to the World Series. And there was no fear. But then once the Red Sox decided to score a few runs, fear started to creep in. And all the Devil Rays became were scaredy cats, just looking to hold on and hoping something that would happen. All their abilities, all their fantastic strengths were just wiped away because the fear that they might lose that game crept in. Now, fear basically dictates how your body reacts. Where you have an ability to throw a ball or hit a ball or do something, when you're not letting your natural abilities do what they have to do and you're letting the fear dictate what's happening, you will not perform to the most of your potential in any situation. So, when the Red Sox continued to score runs, the fear became overwhelming. Now, I was on the phone trying to get a bet in at the end of the game there, because as soon as the Red Sox scored a few runs, I knew it was over. I knew that fear was going to grip these guys who haven't been in here before. They're a bunch of young men. They're playing extremely well, but then once the fear got in there was no way that their pitchers were going to be able to throw strikes. Their confidence had been sucked out. And they weren't going to be able to do anything for the rest of the game. And that's exactly what happened. You knew what was going to happen at the end of the game. Now, if you're a gambling man, which I am, you have to understand that that fear is not just going to dissipate over the next several days. Just as if the fear right now in the stock market, it's not going to subside for until we get through something. Until the fear of a worldwide collapse disintegrates and the fear of missing an oncoming relief rally takes over. Because the same thing that's driven us down will also inevitably make us rise. The fear of missing the boat, the fear of missing a stock recovering, the fear of you getting out of a stock and then it going back up without you. All those will play into effect when we start going back up, if and when that happens. Now, to the Red Sox, and if you're a gambling man, like I said I am, you have to be putting money on the Red Sox right now. Because there's no way these Tampa Bay guys, no matter how great their ability, no matter how much they pounded and beat the Red Sox into submission, the fear has to have them in a tight grasp of death right now. They're knowing, see, they're in a lose-lose situation now. They know that no lead that they have is safe. They also know that in a close game, they're not going to be able to hang on because the fear will be that much more great in a close game. So, unless the Rays have a late inning rally where they pull ahead and have some drama as far as getting ahead in the game in the next game, they're going to lose that game. And if they lose Game 6, there's no way that they're going to be overcome. They're not going to be able to overcome the fear and terror and just the thought that's going to be in their head. I can't believe they're still going to be thinking, I can't believe we were they were 7 outs away from going to the World Series. That's all they're going to be thinking about. No matter what kind of psychology they go through, no matter what the manager tells them, no matter what anybody tells them to calm down, just play your game. None of that's going to make sense to them because all they're going to be doing is thinking about how could this possibly have happened. Just like when you're watching a stock that's going up in your face while you're short as you're sitting there staring like a deer caught in the headlights. That's how it happens. all your abilities, all your knowledge about taking losses, all your knowledge about stochastics and Bollinger Bands just fly out the window when fear has you gripped. And that's what's happening right now. So in this stock market, the reason we're having these tremendous swings, obviously we're going down because there's the fear of inevitable worldwide collapse and Armageddon. But then once we have the fear of missing out on the boat and on the ensuing rally, nobody wants to get out. Nobody wants to miss the boat. That's why we have those tremendous up days. That's why the volatility index is so great. It's also known as the fear index. So let's just stop talking about the stock market for a second, because if you have any money lying around, if you want to take a gamble, and of course this is just a gamble, talking from a guy who, you know what, I do pretty well as far as sports gambling, so maybe you should be listening to me, but I bet the Red Sox yesterday, and I was calling my bookie. I wanted to see if he would take some side action. When they first scored their first run, if they wouldn't have scored one run, they would have lost the game, obviously. But as soon as they scored one run, and then Ortiz came up to hit that home run, that game was over. I wish I would have got some odds on that game. The Rays are done. It's over, Johnny. Sorry, but the Red Sox now, since beating the Yankees 4 games in a row to win that series and then go on to win the World Series, the curse was reversed. The Red Sox are the new blessed team of sports. They just did it one more time. If you're not convinced, remember that? 4 in a row against the Yankees, and then they were down 3-1 to the Indians last year and they won the World Series? If you're a doubter now, if you're a Red Sox fan, you gotta be loving this, because now the Red Sox are playing with so much confidence. They have nothing to lose. They just forged the greatest comeback in playoff history one more time. You gotta believe that the Red Sox are gonna win the next 2 games. I don't see how Tampa Bay's even gonna be able to wake up. And as far as the stock market's concerned, I'm just hoping for a flat day. Can we get a flat day one day? One thing that Google earnings have showed us, that maybe some of the bad news is now baked into some of these stocks. That's what you want to look for. When you have a headline, what we really want to look for is a headline that reads bad, or a headline that would normally make a stock go down. If the stock goes up that day, you found yourself a bottom. And when we see more and more of that, then you know it might be a good time to start buying a little bit more. Because I suggest that you buy some stocks. Granted, my portfolio since last week is not doing well, but we haven't really gone anywhere. I'm looking for 2018. If I could continue to think that I'm going to be holding on to these stocks for a good 10 years, the fear at least subsides a little bit, because I know that whatever happens near term should be rewarded long term, okay? But as far as the Tampa Bay Devil Rays, my God. Here's to you. You were the greatest. I've never seen a team play so well that's inevitably going to lose. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable. If the Red Sox don't win, I will be absolutely shocked. Shocked. And then if they do go to the World Series, and you have to bet the Red Sox. Here's to the Red Sox, and here's to the Yankees going this way, and the Red Sox going up here. So the next 100 years, Yankee fans, welcome to the new. We're the new Red Sox, okay? It's over for us. It's over for the Mets. It's over for the Yankees, because the Mets are also gripped with fear also. Do you think they weren't thinking about last year's collapse going down the stretch today? That's why the fear took over, and you saw what happened. So all your abilities, all your skills, and all that stuff, once you let the fear creep in, it's over for you. So please, if you're going to try to make money trading, the first thing you should try to focus on is overcoming the fear and the anxiety that goes along with it. Because once your money's out there and you're trading stocks, all new emotions that you never thought you had will come out. And this is your lesson of fear from Hit the Bid and Jefferson Krull. Because if I don't know a thing about anything, it's being a scaredy cat. A wimpy little bitch cowering under his desk. That's what I know about. All right, until the next time, let's have a flat day. Socks in 7.